Today we're reviewing the 75-inch Nanocell TV from LG, and that's coming up right after this. So today we're taking a look at this 75-inch Nanocell TV from LG to help you guys decide if it could be an upgrade for your home. Now before we get started though, please like the video if you're a fan of LG, and let me know in the comments what TV you currently use, and if you haven't already then hit subscribe now so you don't miss a thing in the future. Full disclosure, before we get started, this video is sponsored by LG as they've sent me this TV and allowed me to keep it, but that of course does not change my opinion and I have not been paid to say anything. So first things first, this TV is huge. I initially had a few worries about certain content on a large display, but overall this TV has surpassed my expectations. These days, finding the right TV can be a bit of a minefield, especially with all these new technologies and different names, but today I'll be helping you decide if this is the right TV for you. Well, there are lots of marketing terms around. They're pretty much all LCD panels with LED backlights apart from OLED displays. Now this TV is a 75-inch Nanocell TV, and what this means is there's actually a nanoparticle filter in front of the LCD, and this filters out the impure colors of the RGB spectrum to give better colors with a better consistency. So in terms of placing this in a tiered structure, it's better than a standard LED TV, and it's trying to give you the best possible without OLED technology, and to be fair, it's doing a great job. It's able to produce bright, vibrant colors, and the contrast is great with some impressively deep blacks. The TV's got local dimming, and although it's not full array, it's doing a good job and there isn't any noticeable light bleed coming through. The best way to show you this is if we put on some subtitles. While quite often TVs suffer with white bleeding out from the text, this has a nice clear edge to the lettering and nothing is bleeding out. So when watching 4K HDR content, this TV is incredible. The colors are bright and vibrant, and to be honest, when it comes to LG's image processing, I've always been a huge fan of what a great picture we get. If we open up some 1080p content, you can see it is of course less detailed than 4K, but the upscaling and processing is doing a good job in keeping it in good quality. I was especially worried about this type of content, but after a month of use, I have to say it hasn't really been any different to watching 1080p on my old 55-inch OLED, and I just get to enjoy it on a much bigger screen. On all content, everything has been nice and smooth on the 75-inch Nanocell thanks to the 60Hz panel, but that's something to keep in mind for the gamers. It is a 60Hz panel, so you won't be able to game at 120 frames a second. But of course, when it comes to watching media, nothing is ever usually higher than 60. I'm a huge fan of the WebOS operating system from LG. When you're watching content, the settings button gives you some quick access features that are very useful. The remote also works as an air mouse, so you can point and click on the settings, or if you prefer just using buttons, then you can use them on the remote. We can quickly change picture modes between the presets, and we've got Vivid, Standard, Eco, Cinema, Sports, Game Optimizer, we've got Filmmaker, and then we've got 2 expert modes. With the sound, we've also got some presets in there, so we've got AI Sound, Standard, Cinema, Clear Voice, Sports, Music, and Game Optimizer. We can change the sound output settings, adjust Game Optimizer, you can set a sleep timer, go to the network settings, or access the more detailed settings. If we head over to all settings, you got a lot more options in here, and this is where you can adjust things like brightness or color of the picture specifically for people that want to go a bit more in depth. If we press the home button, we get the WebOS menu. When you first open this page, it's a little bit laggy, but only for a few seconds while everything loads. Then the UI is fast and snappy, and it's a pleasure to use. It offers suggestions for trending content and a list of all your installed apps. And in terms of apps on the App Store, WebOS has a large library and pretty much offers all of the popular TV apps you need. You can also cast video from your phone, whether it's using Android or using Apple's AirPlay, and the sound coming from the TV is good. For those that want to use the TV speakers, they produce reasonably good quality audio, but with that being said, thanks to TVs being so thin and compact, most people tend to use external speakers or soundbars.
Your laser rolls are back. This certainly isn't ideal, but I have contingencies. Edith?
Now for the gamers out there, it's going to automatically switch to the game optimizer mode when you're playing your games. This is going to reduce latency to offer the best experience for gaming. I've been testing it out with the Xbox Series X and it has been a pleasure to use. Again, we've got different presets for different types of games, and you can also make adjustments to suit the picture to your liking. You can also use the standard picture modes, but when gaming, Game Optimizer is recommended. The TV does not support HDMI 2.1 and it's only a 60Hz panel, so that means unfortunately the next gen consoles cannot play 4K at 120Hz, but you can of course play 4K at 60Hz. Through all the games, whether it be racing, football or shooters, it's been enjoyable to use. At the huge 75-inch size means you can sit back on the sofa, relax and play. Now we've also got an LG dashboard where we can look at all the inputs, connect to mobile, you can start AirPlay and even use SoundShare to play music from your phone. The remote control has some shortcuts for Netflix, Prime Video, Disney+, Rakuten, as well as Alexa or Google. Now I'm a little surprised here that they didn't include a YouTube shortcut. It's no issue to open it from the App Store, but it would have been nice to have it on the remote. As I said, it works as an air mouse and we've got quick access buttons to settings, inputs, and we've also got the voice search button if you want to use your voice instead of typing in on the keyboard. Search TT Technology on YouTube. Overall though, I've been very impressed with this TV. My previous TV was a 55-inch OLED, so I was unsure if I was going to keep this in the front room or swap for the 75-inch, but I've been pleasantly surprised. The Nanocell is not as good as OLED, but it's still very good, and if you're in a position where an OLED is out of budget, then I would definitely recommend the Nanocell. The quality is good, the colours are great, and we're still getting nice deep blacks without lots of light bleeding, despite it only having edge-lit local dimming. Now hopefully I've covered everything in this video, and I've placed a link down in the description below if you want to go ahead and check out the TV now. Of course, if there is anything I've missed or you've got any questions, then leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.